insecticides inside a spray
All
bottle,
right.
and you can go out and individually hunt
We're gonna
pests
try this
and spray
again.
them directly. That way you have almost no risk of ever harming a dragonfly. And while I have a lot of videos on my channel on how to use insecticides to manage insect populations, I really do try to minimize the spraying for a whole host of reasons, and protecting good bugs like dragonflies is one of the top reasons. So one of my favorite things to do during the buggy season is to actually take a hand vac and suck them up manually. But one of my favorite things about dragonflies is how truly gentle they are. Yes, I know they look scary, but they are harmless. They will not sting you, they will not bite you, they don't have stingers, and the thing about them is, they are one of the few insects that you can actually pet. You can touch them, just be very gentle, because remember, it may be a light touch to you, but it might not feel like a light touch to them. So they are pettable, they are extremely friendly, and they're one of the biggest assets in your yard and garden. So if you're lucky enough to live in a climate where dragonflies are native, those are some ways that you can attract them into your yard and garden. Now, I know some people have things like wildlife ponds in order to breed them, but keep in mind a system like that has to be large enough to breed them. It has to be stable for years, because the nymph phase can take several years in order for them to develop into adults. And you can't have anything like fish in your wildlife pond, because they will obviously eat the larvae. So before we try anything like that, let's try these simple things like stakes for them to sit on, cables strung about the place so they can rest. Good boy. Very good, Gail. Alright, I gotta turn this off, I'm gonna die. Oh, come on! Oh, now I have to get the ladder out. Nice throw, Mom. What's going on, gardeners? Today's video will be a complete guide for transplanting vegetables out into a garden. This video will be extremely detailed and specifically geared towards new gardeners that want to follow along every step of the way. This will contain multiple edits, so no detail will be spared, and you can see the entire process from start to finish. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and check out my Amazon store and Spreadshop links in the video description for everything I use in my...
It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. Welcome back, friends. A new season is officially underway. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now...
What's going on, bro?
This is Jerry Baker, and odds are if you're over 30 years old, you probably remember his show on PBS in the mid to late 90s, all about lawn and gardening. And Jerry was well known for his whole... This is Jerry Baker, and odds are if you're over 30 years old, you probably remember his show on PBS in the mid to late 90s, all about lawn and gardening. And Jerry was well known for his homemade fertilizer recipes that usually only contained a few household ingredients. Unfortunately, Jerry's no longer with us. However, today we're going to pay homage to the late Jerry Baker, and I'm going to show you...
That one was on their defense.
You only have to plant once, and you'll be able to harvest forever. The first perennial that we're choosing for life is asparagus. This is the first perennial spring crop that I harvest, and once you see them popping out of the ground, let's see here.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Rashawn Gary with that tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
No, we can't do that. Hold on.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Second down now, 7 to go. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pass play now. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
The give here on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
It was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle. Instead, it did the exact opposite here, Kate, and that makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. He's dropping back to throw.
Oh, my fault. That's my fault.
That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Reed now to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This is a Daniel defense DN4, D7T.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Love looking to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Here he is on 3rd and long.
Good
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
bit about what you're doing.
Going run again with Jacobs. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So far, so good to begin this one as they've got a new set of downs beyond midfield. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 1st and 10, here's Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We had a great weekend at DGC. Shout out to Duke Rose Cup. Always a pleasure interacting with all you guys. Big shout out to Scotty, the dude, the man behind the mask.
Takes the handoff, now Love. Finds him over the middle. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Love now to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
You know, it really helps us keep moving the podcast along because it also helps us know what you guys want to know. What do you want to learn about? So, without further ado, why don't you hear first about Mr.
Oh yeah, well, this one is from Kurtz.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Love to throw again. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the air, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. We'll have the first down and even more. A lot of mess on the move here. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys stretch their early lead to 9. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys go up 10-0 here in the first. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Love.
There we go.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Marquise Bell making the play. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now.
Good D. Good D.
He was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Oh, the football's loose.
Come on, man.
And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with them in the red zone.
No, I fucked that up.
Broke through the tackle.
Good shit.
And
Good
the
shit.
Packers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot.
Damn, I
backed up
fucked that
close
up.
enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love.
Oh, you gotta catch that play, boy.
That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Love out of the shotgun. And finds Ayuk complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 39. Brought in by Ayuk. He's still going at the 30. Down to the 10. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
You got to tighten up, fellas.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He gets him 7 yards, and that brings an end to our 1st quarter. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Scoreboard shows 10-7. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. This is Cook. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Right.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll run here on 1st down.
That's on me.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Cook. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. that's good for a Cowboys first down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
On first down, they'll run. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Man, even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's got it at the 6. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a 9-point advantage. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Forced out to his right.
Good shit.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Don't do something about that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. Runs inside the 35. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
And he'll go down here at the 16. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They stick with Jacobs. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go.
It doesn't sound like anything's going wrong. I would say if you want to mess around, maybe look at using a different substrate or a little bit different.
Here's Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs.
Good shit.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
At that down and distance, this group is pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Jacobs takes it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The
Please.
Packers reduce the lead to just 4. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown.
2 minute drill.
Dicker on now for the PAT.
2.5 minute drill.
Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive.
Let's go.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
They'll run now on 2nd down. Still working past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Trying it left side with Cook. And he's brought down real
my
close to that
fucking
goal
fault.
line at the 1. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Cook does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
There's a give straight up the middle. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd time. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Reed now to kick this one away.
Fuck that up.
Evans now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Cowboys are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
But here's the other thing, you're using new millennium potentially for the first time as well, while you're also introducing some new technology. So I'd also tell people to be cautionary about adding too much in, because what's doing what, you know what I mean? And quite frankly, I want you to see the power of that new millennium first and foremost. So, you know, yeah, no, good question though, but I know the type of person here. I can see.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter.
Shit, they get the rock back. Oh, God damn. Slip. I wasn't playing right. Wasn't playing right.
We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Jacobs running behind center. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun now for Love. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Love. That's a good first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Thrown on first down, Love. Fits it through the middle.
Shit, let me switch.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Packers.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Slot man motioned over. Running on first here with Jacobs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on first. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going run again with Jacobs. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. He's got it near the 8.
Shit.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Feel free to plug it into your inline dosage.
Jacobs. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Going power with a big tight end. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Increase the CO2 level. What is a good way to increase the CO2 level as a home grower besides CO2 bags? You know, you can do the tank. I'm not a big fan of it. You know, if you're not sealed, here's the deal.
When you say you're not a big fan of tank, like see it like a regular CO2.
Yeah, like and I'll tell you why. Because most people are going to get a tank, they're going to put a bunch of CO2 out in the room, and they're still not going to properly utilize it. If you're not sealed, CO2 is just going to go. It's like ladybugs, man. You like put them on the garden and you just watch them go away. You know, they don't do shit.
So now here's 3rd and goal.
And really, you want to lay eggs anyway. Side note.
Complete on the option. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
Because I think most people in a hobby type environment, whether it's at the home or even more of a larger trap style, you're just not going to be able to be sealed enough to really make CO2.
And they won't do it.
All
That
right.
ball's incomplete on
That's
4th
what's up.
down.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get
Let's
4
check
downs,
that
go
time
for it.
here.
But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
We gotta get up out of here, fellas.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Throwing from his own end zone. Held in left side.
Good,
And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
Commercial break.
I think that's more to your point. That is my point.
All right, we back.
And I think that's more Jaren's point is that too many people don't have enough of they're not focused on the other parameters, and they're like, oh, I want to dump CO2.
That's him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
If the humidity's at 63% and the temperature's at 84 degrees and my PPFD is
Back now, pressure on its way. It's they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys. I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for second down.
Good offense.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rusher for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to throw.
Damn, good
Yet
deep.
another interception. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Bron, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Dicker tacks on the extra points.
Right.
And they'll take the lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Don't get all the time to go on.
Blown back gets the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He pushes it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he gets him a small chunk of yards there before he winds up out of bounds. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Packers will take over possession. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Jacobs gets it to start the drive.
Oh, I fucked that up.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Packers with it. They have the lead late, but this game is close. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To the air with Love. Finds Jacobs complete. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out.
Good shit.
He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Cut by Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go. Second down. Running it after the penalty. Room inside the 10. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays, too.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. They'll run. Jacobs. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it'll be third and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied, knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to fourth and goal. A big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it. Probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Return starts at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
On first down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
Connects on the crosser. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
First and 10 from the 41. Now a give to Cook, running left. In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now give left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
All right.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Good. 30 and 13.
Got to figure out this third down here. He'll throw it. Catch made over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Cowboys losing by 4. First and 10 from the 41. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Setting up to pass. This finds Mitchell complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now to throw.
Good shit.
Before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Throwing now. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Ball at the 33 for first down. And, he lost the football. And the Cowboys scoop it up.
Get the fuck out of here.
They limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Now hang on. They want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game.
Punk bitches gonna tease me like that.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. The Packers send out their punting unit. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down in return.
We got these one-headed
It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense.
Gotta get out of bounds.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. It could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Packers make the play that should win them this game.
Damn, that hurt.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
There's a specific height to take, and whatever. There's actual parameters to it, but it's right around 420 ppm. This is crazy. That's just ambient CO2. It's funny, Chris. You know, I had a friend back east who was growing in the woods, and he gets me up, and he's like, I took 1100 ambient.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
And I know that we even have, some different things that we, want to talk about. We got a lot of
Finish them down.
What do you think is the
Good game, good game.
So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
It's 45% of the players. Well, yeah. But it also gets it from, other places. Yeah, it gets it from other places. But yes, but carbon, again, there's your organic, non-organic. Just as literally.
It's so. Go ahead, grab easy. 0.4%.
So I was right.
No, 0.0.
So I was 0.04.
0.04.
So 0.04. So I was right in my second thing. So 0.04. So let's say we cut that in half. Rip. 0.02.
Yeah.
Anyway. Or no, it would be 0.08. No way.
0.008.
Anyway, whatever. The point is, it's not much. But you know, plants have existed in a situation, which is one of the reasons why I think, like, you know, even like maybe the dinosaur age, that kind of thing, where it probably was like higher.
I do say I'm making my rooms Jurassic when I do that. But here's a couple things. You know, you talk about leading all the time and increase law.
But before I get to that, I do want to say that, you know, obviously, typically people are putting ideal for canvas at 1,000 to 1,500. The reality is the only